As you guys can tell by the title of this video, this is going to be a get ready with me. I just got home yesterday. I actually took a flight to Houston, so I was in Houston for a couple of days. Honestly, it felt like a really long time because I did a lot of new things, but I just wanted to sit down and talk to you guys about kind of like what I did. I did dance over there. I didn't record because there was just so many things going on that like I couldn't sit down and record. I don't know if that's ever happened to you guys. Like, you're just like in a lot of like new situations and you can't like sit down and record. And I was thinking about recording when I would finish doing like dancing and doing these things, but I literally like had like no time. I don't know, but either way, I'm here home now and I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna talk to you guys about my experience, how it was, what I think about dancing in Houston. I can't give like a full experience because I wasn't there long enough about dancing there, but I'm gonna try to give you guys the gist of it, and I'm gonna do my makeup because I'm gonna head out right now. So let's get right into the video. Okay, we're gonna start off with my foundation. I'm going to be using the Morphe Soft Focus foundation. I like this foundation because it's not so like thick and then you can build it, and I like to like layer my foundation. So we're gonna use this foundation. Okay, so I went to Houston. I don't have an espejo. I'm just gonna go to the camera. Whatever. So when I go to Houston, I have a couple friends over there, right? I have one that does dance, kind of in a way, like she dances, but not like at the clubs that I usually dance at. And I have another one, her name is Yami, that she just lives in Houston. And she kind of like helped me look around, like go with me to buy clothes to dance, stuff like that, showed me around Houston, stayed with me. Like, she made my Houston trip super fun. So that's why it wasn't that scary for me to go alone, because I knew people and like I had someone to kind of hang out with me. So it wasn't that bad. But I feel like if I didn't have her, I feel like I definitely would have been more scary for me, but I had a lot of support, so it wasn't that bad. And my friend Yaya, which I know her, she lives in Arizona, but I know her from before. She was also in Houston for something else, and she was like, oh, I'll go dance with you. So I was like, oh my God, like I have friends here, you know? So it wasn't as scary. So basically, I'm in Houston, I'm dilly-dallying, whatever. And me and Yaya go look at the clubs because she's like, oh, I'll dance with you because I'm already here. So we go and we look at clubs. Yaya is older than me, and you guys know that I am still 20. I didn't know, for some reason, I don't know why this didn't occur to me, that most strip clubs in Texas, they have a law that's 21. I don't know, but I'm gonna say I cheated. Like, I'm gonna say the truth because I'm not gonna be out here lying to you guys. Like, this is what went down. I'm not gonna say the club names or nothing because there was a couple clubs, but I'm not gonna say the names because whatever. Just like, if you guys wanna go, like, and you're younger than, okay, I don't recommend this. Okay, I'm gonna lay it off that. This is not my recommendation. This is just what I did because I don't want people to get mad that I'm like encouraging this behavior, which is not bad, like, you know, but okay, as long as you don't drink. Okay, but this is gonna move me into my next step because I'm rambling. So Yaya is older than me. As I said, she's above 21. I'm not 21 yet. So I didn't know about the law, so I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna just wing it and see what happens. Like, if they don't let me, then they don't let me. So I go to this club with Yaya. It's a club that she's mentioned to me before. I had seen this club actually before, and my other friend had danced at this club as well, but she's also older than 21, and she told me she didn't really fuck with it. So I was like, oh, why even go? But I was already there, so I went in there, whatever. I didn't have my ID because I lost my ID, so I used my passport card a lot. So my birthday's in a month or so. So it says I was born in 2000 still, you know? So basically, like, if you had 00 plus 21, she's 21. I don't freaking know, but I showed them my passport and they just never told me anything. Like, they told me I was hired, and then I was like, okay. I was like, all right. And I signed this paper. I'm not even gonna lie. I signed a paper that said I was 21. But I was like, I mean, I'm not gonna drink or do anything crazy. So like, whatever. So basically they hired me at this club. I started working. I didn't work that day because me and Yaya ended up going to a couple more clubs. But the next day I did work there. It was very slow. It was just in a different way slow. Like, I didn't really understand how Houston worked. I literally ended up going home like at 7 a.m. I'm not very used to that. Especially like, I was like, no one was really making money. I just felt like it was more like of a ambiance, like hanging out vibe, like partying type situation. And so if no one was partying, like, people weren't really making money, you know? So I kind of like understood that that's the vibe over there. I didn't really know that, like, that things don't get busy until like 3 in the morning. I didn't even know that because I'm used to freaking going like to work like at 9 or 10, you know? So now I know. But basically the first night, I literally didn't make a lot of money. I made like $400, and like, I didn't really care because I was just there for the vibes. So I was like, okay, this is what happened, whatever. I ended up like staying there till the end because they had to count my ones. And then I had to pay house and like all this shit. And then my phone was about to die. So the manager ended up giving me a ride to my hotel. Keep in mind, I've never met this guy. Like, this manager, I don't know, because this is my first day here. First day out here, you know? So in my head, I'm like, literally, I could die right now. Like, this guy could literally kill me. I don't know him. I literally had no battery on my phone, so I didn't know who to call. So I just kind of winged it. I was like, God, please watch over me. I'm getting in this vehicle with this man I don't know. But luckily he wasn't weird. Like, he was like, kept it very professional. And he was just telling me like, oh, like, you came on like a slow day, but like the weekend is better. I didn't feel like staying the weekend because I already was getting homesick and I wanted to come home. But I'm for sure gonna go again in the weekend, and I'll let you guys know how that goes. But basically nothing happened to me. Knock on wood, whatever. Like, gracias a Dios, I was safe. And that was that. I got home like at 5 a.m. I literally cried when I got to my hotel room because I felt like I had just done a lot of new experiences, and like, it just made, and you guys know when you're like happy, sad, crying, like, oh my God, like you just did something kind of cray, and then like it wasn't really what you expected. But it also wasn't that bad because people were really nice to me. Like, most people are just really nice in Texas. Texas people are really nice. So it wasn't that bad. I made a lot of friends. So I felt like, I don't know if I'm explaining myself correctly. It wasn't a bad experience, and I think it just wasn't what I expected. So I had to cry about it. Woke up and I got over it. And then the next day I went to work again. So my friend wants me to go with her to this other club, or she wants to go to this club. I'm not going to say names, of course, of the clubs. This club is a little bit more cray, like it's a little bit more known. But then she tells me she doesn't know if she's going to go that day. So I'm like, I'm scared to go because I'm like, oh my God, I don't know if they're going to let me work there because I kind of already know that like I'm 20, you know? So I go to this other club because I'm not going to go back to the other one because the other one was weird. Not weird, but it was just like not the vibe. So I was like, I need to try something new. So I go to this other club that I've been texting the manager at, and he kind of tells me like I can work. I don't mention my age though. Again, like I said, I'm just kind of going with the vibes. I go in there, I sign this form, and this lady asked me for my ID. Like I said, I only have my passport. So I just keep using my passport, and I don't know, like it worked everywhere. I'm not saying to do this. I'm just chatting you guys my things that went on. So it worked again. So now I'm inside working at this other club. Keep in mind, it's already freaking, I got there like at 1 in the morning. It's already 3:40 and there's like nothing happening. I'm like literally falling asleep. Like, I want to go to sleep at this point. I made more friends in this club too, but I just felt like the money was so low. I was like, what in the world is this? I don't even know how much money I made. I think I broke even because I paid $100 to work there, and then I'm pretty sure I made like $100. So like I said, it's nothing. Literally just broke even. But I was happy because I had seen all these clubs. Aside from the 2 I worked at, I had been to other 2. So I had kind of seen most of the clubs, and like I had been in like 2 of the like kind of known one besides the one I was gonna go to. So I was like, whatever. So my friend calls me and she tells me like, oh my God, we need to go to the other club. Like, I wasn't gonna go, but like we should go because like this celeb is gonna be there. So like I'm gonna go over there, like, and I'm like, okay, like, should I go right now? So we're Ubering over there, but then the celeb ends up leaving. So like it's whack now, I guess. So basically I was gonna get into this club because my friend already works there. This is my other friend, not the one that I was with, or the other 2 that I was with. So I end up putting the wrong address, and I tell her, I'm like, oh my God, I put in, sorry, I'm doing my makeup too cute. Like, I literally don't have an espejo and I'm just winging it. So she's like, oh my God, like, you know, if you're like really far away, it's not gonna be worth it because like it's already freaking like 4 a.m. at this point, or like 3:50, like it's late. So I'm like, okay, like at this point, like I'm tired as fudge because I had a long ass day. So I was like, I'm just gonna go back to my hotel room. And I had a hotel room because I didn't want to wake up my friend, the one I was staying with. So I got a hotel room because I knew I was gonna come back home late. So at this point, I'm just talking to my other friend on the phone. She's just telling me like about the club and stuff. And I ended up Ubering back to my hotel room. But basically, the gist of the story, the gist of the story was me like getting distracted. Okay. I thought like things were more scary than they really were. I was like, oh my God, like, you know, but most people are really nice. I don't know if this is just how Houston is. I don't know how other places are, but girls are mostly really nice. I mean, it wasn't as scary as it was. I just feel like it was a different atmosphere. And I feel like when you work at a new club sometimes, and this goes for all the clubs, I think, it usually takes you like 1 or 2 weeks to assimilate to what's going on. Because dancing is not like a job like, well, even in a regular job, you know, when they're like training you and stuff, you don't really, like, yeah, cuando you're working there for a week and shit, like, you know what the deal is, like, you know how to walk, and you walk in with more confidence. So when you're first working there, you kind of have to watch the other girls, kind of see how they work, kind of see what works for you. So I couldn't really even finesse the situations I was in because I didn't understand what was going on, you know? And I didn't understand that Houston is more of a weekend vibe. It's not really a week thing. But in San Diego, I always work all the time. I can work most of the time. And sometimes they're terrible, but I mean, I don't know, it's just a different vibe. So my experience and my takeaway from this situation is that if you guys go to a different place, always kind of try to go more so on the weekend side so you can get like the most out of the experience. Because if you go during the week, you're not going to get the real vibe, because usually like strippers and all that, it's like a vibe for the weekend. So that's what I took away from that. Second is that if you can stay longer in the city and kind of just like roam around and do touristy things, and then kind of like be working the week, because sometimes some clubs don't let you work the weekend unless you work the week. I don't know, it depends on like what the club says and stuff, but that's how it be sometimes. But that's basically what happened in Houston. I had a lovely time. So if you're from Houston, just know that I love Houston. It was fun. Do I want to go back? Yeah. I kind of like hate being scared about my age, so I'm probably gonna stay away from traveling to work until my birthday. I mean, it's only 1 month, so I think se me va a pasar rápido. Hopefully. I'm kind of like, I'm in the middle of this feeling of like I want to be 21, but at the same time I hate aging and I like don't want to age. But so I'm just enjoying the moment right now, my last days of 20. I feel like my 20 years, I don't know, I feel like it just went by so fast. I feel like when I was 19, I was like a little bit more centered, and then I kind of lost a little bit of focus when I was 20, but I'm regaining that focus right now. So I feel better. Well, you guys know how I was feeling, kind of just like a lot of things were going on, kind of like finding myself, like things like that, just like figuring out like what I like to do when I'm not dancing. It's a weird thing. Like if you're a dancer, or if you kind of have a lot of goals and you don't really are, how do I explain it? Like if you have a job that is not necessarily your dream job, but like you stay there because you're just, you know, it's kind of something like that. So it's difficult when you start dancing. You're excited because it's a lot of money, and then you start seeing the bad things about working, and then you're like, oh my God, like it's a tough thing. It's hard. But I thank Jesus and the Lord and the universe and all the bigger powers out there for making me go through these experiences while I'm young, because I feel like sometimes, like, you know, you can find yourself and lose yourself a billion times, but as long as you always come back to where you need to be, or like follow yourself and not take anything else in consideration, which sounds kind of selfish, but I believe that there's a time and place for everything, and there's a time and place to be selfish and think about yourself first. You know, I hadn't thought about it, and I was like, am I wrong for being like all over the place right now and like going to Houston? It's not something that I would really do, but I feel like certain things had to happen to me so I could find the courage to kind of like explore things and like see new things. And I did make a list like a year and a half ago of all the places I wanted to see in the US, so then I could start traveling out of the country. Like I've been out of the country, but not like, I wanted to get like the US places I wanted to see out first. So Houston and Texas was definitely in there. So I just crossed it off my bucket list, and I was proud of myself for going over there and trying something new, even though I was freaking scared they weren't gonna let me work because of my age. But I mean, once I'm ya arregladita, like ya me veo más grande, I look older, so you know, it's not that scary. But basically me going like all over the place. I'm always, when I tell a story, I don't know if you guys notice, I literally like ramble on about like a billion things, but basically, like, it was fun. And I'm so proud of myself for putting myself in that situation. It was fun. Definitely next time I go to, no, the funniest thing is I was scared that I couldn't work at the club because my friend, like, I wanted to go with my friend who already worked at that one, Rena, you know. So she came and she saw me at, I didn't forgot to mention that. She came and she saw me at the first club I was working at, and she came and she threw money at me. So, like, gladly, oh my God, like, I was like, yes, queen, like, thank you, because there was literally nothing going on at the club. I think I was like one of 3 people that made money, like I said, at that first club. So yeah, that's basically what I was like, oh my God, this is really true. But I guess that's how it is over there. Like, nunca sabes qué pedo, like, if they're gonna make money or not, which is like weird, like, damn. But hey, no judging, like, every state is different, every place is different. What's it called? Me losing my focus again. Oh, back to the story. So I was trying to call, like, I was about to say the name, but I don't even want to say the name because, like I said, I'm not saying names because luego me van a, like I said, no sé si voy a regresar, like, when I'm 20, I'm probably not. I only have a month, so like I said, when I go, I'm going to be 21, so I'll be good. But I was scared to go because I didn't even know if they're going to let me work because this is a club that's, like, kind of known. So I was like, fuck, like, I didn't really know. When I'm on my way to the airport, they text me from the club, like, oh my God, not oh my God, me adding palabras. They were like, oh, like, yeah, you can work, like, you don't have to audition, just like call me on this number or something like that. So I was like, oh my God, ya que me voy a mi casa, ya pa que, you know. But luckily now I know I can go there in, you know. So now I can work at the club I wanted to work the whole time. So I was like, vibes. I definitely want to work in Miami next. I'm gonna wait until my B-day probably. I am gonna do some surgery. I don't know when I'm gonna do that because since my birthday's coming up, like, a lot of things are coming up, like my birthday, freaking what's it called, Thanksgiving, like Thanksgiving is kind of far-fetched, but like what else, Halloween. I have to choose what I'm gonna miss, so I'm not willing to miss Halloween because we are all really excited for Halloween, and like we've been talking about our costumes, me and Sarah, so I don't want to miss Halloween, and I definitely don't want to miss my birthday. I don't want to be like incapacitada on my birthday. So maybe I could, unless I do the surgery in Mexico, which you guys know how I feel about, like, doctors in Mexico. There's only like 3 that are good. So the doctor that I was looking at was in Colombia or in the DR again. So if I go over there, I'm going to have to be gone for at least like 15 days. So I think if anything, I'll just miss Thanksgiving, or I'll come back around Thanksgiving time. And I'm gonna be hella excited because now I'm 21 and with my new bod, new age vibes. But yeah, that's the plan for that. If you guys were wondering if I was gonna get surgery, I am gonna fix my boobs. I have, I don't know if I'm gonna do it when I go. It depends on the doctor because I don't think doctors are bad with boobs. I think that boobs is kind of like una cirugía, like it's a surgery that a lot of, oh, I lost my eyelash. Now I only have one. Oh, hell no. Where is it? She was running away. Okay, found it. So, I think boobs is a surgery that you can go with anyone, but at the same time, sometimes if you go to like a certain state or like a certain país, like, I feel like they do boobs a certain way. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know if you know the surgery, you know what I mean, or you know what I'm talking about. But, so, if the doctor, because the doctors that I'm looking at, some of them are really good at doing bodies and shit, but I don't really know if they're good at doing boobs. So I literally don't mind if I have to do another surgery for my boobs separate because I want them to come out good. Because boobs, I just remember, I don't know if I was just being exagerada, but just remember last time I did my boobs, like, it really hurt me. And I usually have a really high pain tolerance, but fudge, when I did my boobs, like, oh my God, I don't know. That shit hurt. I don't want to go through that shit again. But, what's it called? Yeah, so that's something that I want to fix. I think I've already talked about that. But basically, when I did my BBL last time, I wanted a tummy tuck really bad because I feel like after I got my second BBL, I feel like my stomach just really changed, and I had a lot of loose skin from, like, I was never had a huge stomach, but I think that I held a lot of weight in my lower abdomen, and like kind of retracting it and then gaining weight and then retracting it made me get loose skin. So I begged her, I paid for a tummy tuck. I think I talked about that, a mini tummy tuck, but they didn't do it for me. And now I still have skin. It's not as bad as it used to be, but it's still bad, you know? Like, it just bothers me when I sit down. I just want a flat surface. And then I'm gonna try to insert a picture here of what I'm talking about, my belly button. They told me that this happens to my belly button because I have like a long belly button. So when they're trying to do lipo on it, the skin around my belly button kind of like, I don't know if it's hard or if it like has scar tissue. So I have a little indent, and whenever I wear dresses that are really tight on my body, you can see the little indent, and it looks like I kind of have like a stomach, which is annoying to me because like I did not pay all this money to fucking have a little indent. Like I'm tired of it. So I kind of just want them to like retract it as possible. So I'm getting itchy. So that's literally the only thing I want to fix. Another topic, I have not talked about this. I'm gonna talk about it because it has to do with the lipo and kind of like why I have to be so special on where I'm gonna go. I don't recommend this, and I'm going to keep saying it, like, don't recommend this. I don't recommend this at all. Don't ask me honestly in the comments where I got it done, because I honestly cannot even share this information. And this was like just a choice that I made. Was it the correct choice? Most likely no, it's not a good choice, but it's what I did. So I'm gonna share it with you guys because I like to be very honest. So basically I did get ass shots. I made this choice because I would get BBLs and I just wouldn't notice the difference in my ass because I don't think I have any more fat, like any huge fat amounts of fat left. Even when I got my recent BBL, the doctor was like, girl, like, you're really true. Like, you don't have that much fat, you know, like it's gonna be like, she was just kind of letting me know, like, you're not gonna see a huge difference because you're not massively overweight. You're not very overweight at all. So I did get ass shots. The substance that it is, it's like basically silicone. They're biopolymer, so it's not safe in the body. I'm definitely gonna have to take these out. I've been talking to a lot of surgeons, and they've just been telling me like that if I haven't had any complications with them now, it's better not to touch them, you know, like not even do anything about it. I'm just so insecure about my freaking stomach thing that's the only thing that really bothers me. I don't even care about my butt size anymore. Like, I'm over it. So basically they were just telling me like, we're gonna give you an MRI and we're gonna scan your body, and then wherever you don't have the ass shots, we can go ahead and lipo everything else out, but we're not gonna, don't expect a huge change in your butt because you already have ass shots, and like, no, you know. So that was that, you guys. If you guys were wondering if I did have anything, I don't think you guys, I even like spoke about it, but I'm talking about it now because it was something that I did, and I don't want you guys to like think like that I got all this fat from my body, because I didn't. I did get the ass shots, so that are illegal, and I'm gonna say it again, like, they are illegal. It's just something that girls that want more fat but like don't have it. I have a lot of friends that have it. Some of them live here, some of them don't. But they all would tell me before I got it, like, I don't know, girl. Like, they were telling me the same thing I'm telling you guys. Like, it's not the vibe. This was a choice that I made by myself, and I had to find the person to do these things to inject me on my own, you know? Like, they wouldn't give me the information because it's literally illegal. But I'm just sharing this with you guys. They are very dangerous and literally can result in death. So, and I know I'm saying this so broadly, but I just thank you, blessings to Jesus Lord, that like I turned out okay. But there's something that's been done for a long time. It's kind of an antique thing, but I didn't know people are still doing it. I mean, I did it recently this year, so yes, definitely people are still doing it, but it's something that I feel like was more done back in like a couple years ago. So these eyelashes are like really long. Are they massively long? I don't know. But I could show you guys pictures, but honestly, like with these ass shots, I feel like with ass shots, I can't even really show a good picture of before and after. I kind of don't even want to like go more into depth about that topic, but basically, like, they told me like, you already have a really big side butt, which honestly, I like my side butt. I just kind of wish that I could lipo and shape it more round, because there's like indents from like my lipos and from the freaking like syringes I got. So, and if you guys do want injections, there is a healthy legal way which you could get a Sculptra. There's a lot of injections that are illegal and you could get them. I decided not to do this route because I knew that I needed like, you would literally need like $15,000 worth of it. And it's like, okay, it was just like not, like, to get what I got and the difference, I would need like $30,000 worth of them. And it was gonna take a span of time for me to build upon these injections. So I was like, oh my God, like, it's gonna take a long ass time, and I'm gonna need to keep going and stuff. And I wanted something kind of fast. So like I said, this is not good. Doing things fast is not good, but this is what happened. When I did get the ass shots, I did notice that my butt was a little bit more, like, it was voluptuous. So basically, we were just talking about how I needed more projection. So that's kind of like was bugging me this whole time with all my BBLs. I couldn't get the projection I wanted. Like, I had a really good projection on my side, but I didn't have projection when I was standing, just like this. So did it fix it? Kind of. Am I still insecure? Yeah, because like, you guys know that when you start getting surgery, it gets addicting and like you're never happy. So right now I'm kind of over the size of the butt. I just kind of want to lipo my stomach out, which I hope by this point, I hope I inserted the picture so you guys know what I'm talking about. So I can wear dresses how I want. And basically like just make my stomach flat, and hopefully they can MRI my body and shape out the little, I'm gonna try to show you guys what I'm talking about. The side of my butt has a little indent. They can like shape that. And for my butt size, I'm kind of over it. Like, yeah, I just want the shape to be fixed. So that's what the history of my body was, or what I did. Hope you guys don't come for me in the comments. I'm not recommending this. Like I said, if you want this and you want information on how I did this, I would suggest you go the legal way, because it's just a mess and it's not good for your body. So I'm gonna say you guys should get Sculptra, or there's a lot of other natural things you guys can get. Sculptra is the most popular one. I think there's like a couple other ones that you can look into. And yeah, and I was even thinking of getting the natural ones later on and like taking these out. So guys, I'm gonna do my eyeliner off camera porque no puedo. But what was I saying? I literally forgot what I was saying, you guys. But I did do my eyeliner off camera, just like little light camera, little light action. I'm definitely gonna be traveling in these months when I turn 21, so I'll let you guys know what is up with that. Lord. Okay, yeah. I'm done with my makeup. A little light. If you guys were wondering about the podcast, me and Sarah have both been traveling out, so we literally did not have time to film the podcast video, but we're definitely gonna do it this week. So I'm so sorry, you guys, for making you guys wait. I know you guys are really excited and we have a lot to share with you guys, so thank you for being patient, and thank you for being excited for the podcast as well, because I'm definitely so excited and I want to share with you guys all these things and talk about achievement and all these topics I love talking about, anything silly. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this chit chat. Get ready with me. If you guys have any more questions, make sure to comment them down below. Comment anywhere you guys think I should go dance and try out and record. Anything you guys want to see, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.